boost in the volume, nothing. It's just flat.
So it's like tinny, or
No.
is it still good?
It's tinny if your shit's tinny. You know what I mean?
You got tinny shit?
Yeah.
Jenny's always so funny. She always like, what is that, tin? Like, tin. What do you mean, tin? Rin tin tin?
Yeah, Jinx.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Housey. So let's see.
Jinx,
I can't see
double
it.
Jinx. Hang on real
There
fast.
he is. There's a ground, Monty.
I'm messing around here.
There's a ground.
Here we
Dude,
go.
I just got back from the Jiznim.
Oh, here we go.
I had to stop real quick and
Where did you go? I can't find this stupid Zoom now.
And I had to get. I don't like where that light is. I had to get Valentine's for my son. You know, he's got Valentine's at school tomorrow.
Cool.
And they didn't have what I wanted. Yeah. Son, where were you on Tuesday night? This is my grow light too. I got one plant, and it's a halo.
Here we go.
Halo.
Somehow I was in this minimal view. Oh, dude, there you go. Yeah, your interrogation. I like it. Let's go interrogate.
Where were you Tuesday? What were you
doing?
Seriously, dude.
I got all my technical issues worked out.
Stock market. Oh, look at that mug. That's a fisherman mug.
I got a different webcam. Do I look better?
You look clean. Did it took your beard off?
Yeah. What?
Dude, I don't have a beard. Dude, that's interesting. What's going on with you? Because when I, reconnected with you, you were Mr. Beardsley. Now
I just fucked it up, so I have to start all over.
You did?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those deals where you start getting a little too crafty with the trimmer. All of a sudden you start looking like, like some sort of painted in like line right here. Too straight and there's no real form.
Like fucking Razor Ramon.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like I was, exactly. Some, Puerto Rican and Puerto Rican.
That's so bad.
Baseball player. But
look like some Puerto Rican, like
sorry. Razor Ramon. That's what made me think of it.
Razor Ramon. He was a professional wrestler in the 80s.
The man, the best. Razor. He's the man. But yeah, so dude, I just had to reset it. So I actually trimmed it all the way down kind of where, it was a little bit shorter than yours maybe. And then I was like, you know what? There's too many inconsistencies. I'm just going to hack and then shave it clean. And then I'll start over.
I did that this morning. I was like, oh man, I got some gray ones, but I like the gray ones. I don't want to get rid of the gray ones. I love the gray ones. Yeah. So, but then I was like, and I was like, oh shit, it was like the two, oh shit, I got to go a little shorter because I don't like the mustache, man. I hate a mustache.
I don't like it going over my top lip because then I'm like chewing on it.
Yeah. Like Jenny says, can you just
stand that?
And then when she try to kiss me, it's like, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
Exactly. Well, right now Rachel's like, oh, I think it feels like I'm cheating on, on my boyfriend because he looks so much different. I'm like, I look like I have a rubber face, dude. Like my face
I don't like the
real. It's like
I don't like the way I look without it. It's weird. You look like a largemouth bass.
Excuse me, Joel. I beg your pardon.
When you show up on Zoom calls, they're like, "Who's the new guy?" They probably say
Joel's got a show with a new guy. He's got no chin,
dude.
I love it. Is this that your fuck song?
Yeah,
dude, that's what I thought.
I didn't really listen.
All of their songs are wonky like that.
Who is it?
I don't remember. They have a weird name. I can't remember the name.
It's Stories from Norway.
Yeah. See?
Look at like the little. You're not gonna be able to see this stuff, but like the little bear. You can't even see it. But it's like a little bear.
With the two guys kind of like in this like gradient, faded out looking thing going on. Super weird.
Dude, I'm gonna read your highs and lows of a golf round. This was great. You said, dude, it's like so you start off a golf round. You're on the first hole. It's like, oh man, I'm just so happy to be here. And then triple bogey on number 2, double bogey on number 3. Like shit. Then all of a sudden, hey, here comes the card girl. She waves, and then it's like, oh, she drives by thinking you meant like I was fine. Oh, you're sad.
Good.
Hey, $5 for $5 for $15 Michelob Ultras. Awesome. Birdie on number 10. I'm back, baby. Hazel rocket into the woods. Shit. You find a Pro V on the next hole. Yes. You lose the Pro V on the next hole. Boom.
Shot.
A number 18 on the next shot. On 18, you chip in on 18 for par. Keeps you coming back tomorrow.
Oh, dude, it's so
Dude,
good.
that's funny. I got to tell you about that thing I sent you, that crypto thing I sent you, BAT.
Yeah, I have a basic attention token.
Dude, how effing brilliant is that? The people will pay you for your attention. So it says it's a free browser. What I'm getting from it is a free browser.
Explaining, because I don't know too much about it.
So I pull it up. I was like looking at these things. They show you all these coins, all these things, all these alternative things. And I'm like, okay, what's BAT? So I look down and it says BAT is an Ethereum token.
Yep.
That
so
powers
Ethereum
based that powers Brave Software's blockchain based digital advertising platform. Okay. So listen to this is the best part. Internet users who browse the web using Brave's free browser.
That's what I use.
Available at brave.com.
Yep.
Can choose to replace the ads they see with ads on Brave Ads Network. And if they do, the users then receive BAT coin, right, or token from the advertisers as compensation for their attention. So instead of getting like a coupon for 15% off, they're actually giving you coin, right, or tokens, whichever. And so it's currency. Whatever their currency is, right?
It is,
which I think is
into the browser, dude.
So great, at it
dude. Now. I got to look into this.
So great. It's like it's paying people to watch their commercials.
Well, let me see.
Watch their ads. It's paying people to get the ads in front of people. So
is that how it works? Like I get paid.
You get it. You can make a choice. It says you choose. Use the free browser. Then you can choose to replace the ads you see with ads on the Brave Ads Network. So users then receive BAT from the advertisers as compensation for their attention.
Where the fuck haven't I been?
That is fucking brilliant. So here's what happened. Here's how I see it. I got a platform. You want to come on the platform. If you choose to see the ads that I'm going to show you, these advertisers are paying me. I'm pushing some of that profit to you so that you'll watch their commercials. So I'm paying you to watch their ads essentially. So I get a cut, you get a cut. I don't know what the split is, but that's awesome. So I get a lower percentage of revenue as the browser, maintaining the browser, whatever, but it gets you to watch their stuff. And it's like so brilliant because I don't have to be the greed hungry monger. I can spread the wealth, quote unquote, to my people on my platform. That's so great. Now you could look at it and say, well, what if that's just like somebody saying, hey, here's a 15% off coupon? That's true, but then I have to buy your product. They're just saying, here's coin, or here's token. You can do whatever you want with it. You can go buy Nike, you could go buy whatever.
I love it. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now as you're
talking. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, get rewarded for browsing and support your favorite content creators. I love this. I'm gonna do it right after we're done here.
So great. Dude, can we go on this platform? Because we are content creators.
For sure. So for example, we could have our YouTube tied to it from what I'm seeing here.
That's what I'm saying. Dude,
I'll do some more looking into this because you got me thinking this is a great call, dude.
That is a brilliant I think that's a disruptor right there because it's something that the advertisers would never do. They would never give you that. In fact, the people are taking money from the advertisers to push on the platform, and the advertiser still has to put out a sale. They still have to put a discount out right now. They're usually saying, here's 10% off for your email address. Here's 15% off coupon. So even though they're paying, the advertisers are paying, like I pay to advertise No Boost 30, and I'll give a discount for the product, which I think first, that's a whole nother topic. Nobody should be discounting their products ever. Don't. Just put out a good product and don't. I mean, I know there's sales tactics and stuff like that. Like if you want to do but I don't think straight off the bat you should be discounting it for all the time. That's a whole nother. So, I had something else to tell you. Oh yeah, the other night I did a podcast. Thanks, dude. The other day, and that just came to me, but the other night I did a podcast and the person asked me rapid fire questions. They're like da 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 da, and they're like Under Armour or Nike, and I was like Under Armour. I was wearing this Nike hat, and I'm like, dude, I just like this Nike hat because it's like booming. Yeah, but I'm an Under Armour guy all the way.
You know what? Hats are a totally different ball game, right? If the hat fits good and works, and looks good, it doesn't matter what the fuck is on it. I mean, like if it's a solid fitting hat, it's It's in my repertoire.
You like that Bitcoin hat? It feels good. What do you work with? Fitted? I'm only a snapback guy.
See, yeah, exactly. Only. So I'm not. I'm only a flex fit guy.
Stretchy. See, does your hair length change from time to time? See, with the guy that has longer hair, yeah, I love those. Except I grow my hair out, it stretches the hat, and then I wear them out. I do have a hat upstairs by Rawlings. It is a flex fit with snapback.
Yeah, that's the new thing. That's the new thing. It's like a double whammy. It's like the best of both worlds.
It's like ribbed and for her pleasure.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
so what's going on with you?
That's the ultimate.
What's going on with you?
That's the ultimate combo. That's like peanut butter and jelly. So as you know, like I said, I've been on the hacking trail, and not necessarily so that I could get arrested by the federal government, but for
you can't have that.
For security reasons.
Then I got to break you out, and then I'm in trouble, and then we're going to have to get a Tesla tank to drive through the wall.
No, we're going to get a Tesla. We're going to make it fly, go back to the future. It's your kids. Something's got to be done about your kids.
They're assholes, Marty.
He tries to spring them out of jail, and she gets put up for 20 years.
He's like, what? Well, what do I, Doc? What do they become assholes? He's like that's his biggest worry. Will they become assholes?
No. You and Jennifer Turner, fine.
Dude, I love Doc.
It's your kids.
Can you, great Scott, Marty? Can you give me a good one? Like, Marty.
I took 20 years off my skin. Did a whole.
All of a sudden, it became fucking Dr. Martin Luther King in the middle of it all.
Right now, Doc, it's raining. Wait. 20 more seconds. Right on the tick. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wish the post office was as efficient as the weather service.
That's the best.
That's ridiculous. Dude.
Oh, I love it. Today we were watching.
On the corner, Cafe 80s, guy named Griff, just say no.
Dude, today Payne and I were watching He Loves the Fox song. What does the fox say?
Oh my God, yeah.
So we watched the video, right?
When they were about his age.
So we're watching the video. Well, then on YouTube, the next video pops up. So I got him watching Gangnam Style. I got him watching this.
Oh, dude. Remember when that dude did that on the putting green?
Oh, no.
Look, it just popped up playing music. It thought I was playing music. And it says set up professional audio and audio settings. So my wing ding ding noise was so good. They were like, this dude's playing guitar, bro.
This guy... We got to get him a sound machine.
What we got to do is we got to create a band where we do nothing but play the instruments by our mouths.
Done.
So it's like, I'll be the drummer, like, you know what I mean? And
that was a good one.
That's my fill. That's my fill.
It's
right.
like,
you
yeah.
can be the keyboardist. Keyboardist
seriously.
and lead singer, and we'll go tour and shit. And people will be like, what the fuck is this? We'll come out there with no instruments and stuff, and we'll be like full on rock, full on like crazy rock, but we'll play all the instruments with our mouths.
What I was watching, I tried out for Blue Man Group a long time ago. I made it to like step 2.
Cool,
it was really cool, man. Let me tell you real quick how it went. We get in, and me and my buddy went down. He's like, hey, Blue Man Group at Briar Street Theater, let's go. It was like a Tuesday, hungover. So first you go into a room with like 30 people, and they call 10 at a time, and you stand there. He's like, dude, don't stand by me. This is my best friend, TJ, who just passed away 2 years ago. He's like, don't stand by me because they won't take us if they know we're friends. And he's this tall, skinny redhead guy, whatever. I'm shorter guy. So first thing they do is give you one of those things to put on so you look bald, right? To see how you look. And then out of like the 10, and we're in the same room, they pick us 2. Holy shit. We go backstage. We're like, here we go. Now, be it, I'm the drummer. I'm actually I'm in a blues band, so I'm not really a drummer. I'm a drummer. He's a musician. He taught me how to play guitar, whatever, but he's not a drummer. But my drums were in his, he's living in my apartment building, but in the basement, I kept my drums in his apartment. So we get to this round 2, and they're like, okay, do this. I'm like, he's like, higher, lift your hands really high. I'm like, he's like, okay, not bad. Go practice, maybe come back next year. I'm like, fuck. TJ goes in, makes it to the next round. I'm like, holy shit, he made it to the next round. Then he gets kicked out after the next round. We didn't make it. But That was fun. But I thought what would have been cool. Have you ever seen Blue Man Group? What a great show. I thought what would have been cool is to have a bunch of people on stage with guitars and then play songs with each guy plays only one note. It's like so it's like I only play one note, he plays the next note, but you play the whole song and you have like 10 people. But you only play a note at a time. Oh, that would take a lot of practice.
So hard. But that sounds crazy awesome.
It sounds crazy fun, man.
And you
like Star Wars and shit.
Yeah. I mean, like essentially you could probably coordinate it through some sort of like digital piano or something now, because you could almost do every single individual note and coordinate it through something like that.
That's really
just
true.
kind of, direct traffic based on something like that.
Yeah, direct traffic. That could be the name of the band, Direct Traffic.
Directing traffic. Live at the Briar Street Theater right after Blue Man Group. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Or Live Nation.
Nation.
So the whole point of all that shit, we got caught up in YouTube, and here is YouTube. And unfortunately Payne hasn't seen my son Payne hasn't seen Raiders of the Lost Ark yet, but some guy you've seen this guy probably. He's got millions and millions of hits. He's great with video editing.
Watch the scene where he melts his face.
He did. Oh yeah, good point. He did. That was disgusting. He did like a 5-minute clip of Raiders of the Lost Ark with a puppy. Like, a puppy had a hat on, and he the gold bone, and then like the thing went down, the arrows were shooting at him. I'm like, Payne, you really have to see this movie. This is a great movie. But like, that's going to be his first version.
Yeah, it's a good introduction.
TJ, God bless my buddy, that one I'm talking about, he always said, and it's so funny and beautiful how another TJ entered my life as he left, but
TJ's all over the place.
But he
maybe you're living in a simulation and you're
fuck, I probably am.
Keep talking.
No, darn it, I forgot what I was going with it. It's all right. It was good. I was talking about something with TJ. Oh yeah,
no, you're talking about dogs with the arrows.
He said, what's unfortunate? He goes, what's unfortunate is people's perception, and this is a great word to use for this, of Jim Morrison will only ever be Val Kilmer from the movie The Doors.
100%.
They will never even picture what he looks like, even though he looked very super close. Yeah. But he's like, man, people, and he said that we were sitting in the bar one time, and this is how great he is. He's like, you know what I just thought of? He's like, out of the blue, he's like, kids these days will never know Jim Morrison because they will only know Val Kilmer. And I was like, I love that you just thought of that, and you're so right.
That's such a total ogre, man. Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, totally.
For sure. And I'm telling you, man, I'm a big Doors fan. I love the Doors.
Oh, I bet you do. Me too.
And I got some of them, like those really kick-ass books that have like, old tickets and old like playbills and like, the storylines and pictures from the concerts and all that shit. It's super, super dope.
I love reading that shit.
And it's so crazy because, like you said, even looking at Jim Morrison, his real pictures and stuff, you're like, damn, that guy looks like Val Kilmer. I even do it the other way too. Yeah,
he did so great, man. And I feel
Val Kilmer looks like Jim Morrison.
It sucks too, because Val Kilmer, and him and Russell Crowe really let themselves go, and they were just such fucking studs, man. And I know sometimes you do that for roles and stuff, but I digress off. You're hacking. You're ethical hacking.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
It's not even a real thing. Yeah. Look, I told people about hacking, and they're like, I was like, no, ethical. And they're like, that's an oxymoron, dude. And I'm like,
no, it's not. There's an actual certification.
Yeah, there is a
certified ethical hacker. CEH.
So
yes, I think it is .com or .org. .org. But yeah, so I wanted to get into more computer knowledge first and foremost, right? So I wanted to, just
but you're a computer science major. So
yes, that's what I graduated
and you're
from
starting
college.
like at the basics. This is great.
I
so
mean,
I
the
can't
basics.
wait. I mean,
yeah.
The video you sent me said this is a keyboard. And
this is a keyboard.
I'm going, Jones, it's really hard for me to not fast forward this right now.
This is the A key.
But I respect you so much that I'm like, I want to watch this.
It's one of those things where like I said, like if you really if you really want to take the next step, you almost have to just knock down the house that you already had built with whatever foundation, with whatever wood, with whatever
crap
design
you used.
Yeah, because you didn't know what the fuck you were doing when you started building that house originally. Yeah, you might have fixed everything up and it looks pretty good and you're pretty happy and you're like, yeah, it looks good. Like I got 2 floors and windows and shit now. It looks really cool.
I forgot to put a door in.
Or something, right? Yeah. But imagine if I was able to just start over from scratch. I could do so much better. I could make it bigger. I could lay it out better. I could make it more structurally sound, all this stuff. So I'm like, I am going to walk up to this empty lot and start over. So I literally started over from scratch. And I was like, okay, there is some stuff that I could glean out of here, like, mine out of here. And I was taking notes like a fiend, even though I knew a bunch of this stuff. I still wrote it down because that's like a hack, no pun intended, to learning is, write it all down. I'd even
read it, write it, say it, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
And I would even pull back and scrub if I needed to write stuff down again, that I had missed or something, or important parts. I pause it and I write it down and I take little notes on with my little iPad with the little Apple Pencil. I'm addicted to this now.
Oh, I like that.
Rachel,
is that a mini? Is that a little mini
Rachel
Apple
gave me
thing?
this Apple Pencil, and I'm
Nice.
addicted to it now. But yeah, so I just got through, and where this came from though was I found this guy named Network Chuck on YouTube that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And he's a really good dude, really good at explaining stuff and teaching you things. And he was basically like, if I had to do it all over from scratch, and this guy's way smarter than I am with computer science and computer engineering, he's like, this is what I would do. So I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to follow Network Chuck's blueprint, man. And he's like, this A+ certification. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck A+ is, So I just Google searched it really quick and then went back to the video. And I had the tab up ready to go for after I was done watching. He's like, then you do the network certification. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got that one up here.
Yeah, I like the networking thing.
Hang on real fast, because it's not networking like talking to people, just so everyone's clear.
Yeah.
It's networking like routers and modems and shit like that.
Yeah,
and servers.
What was really cool, and I hadn't got too far past this, is like the K switch. So the K switch, or KM something, where you're running multiple computers off one monitor and you have that switch, what I thought was awesome. Like, that's so cool. Computer one, which I have a feeling I'm going to need for mining. I don't know, but maybe not.
I don't remember that part.
But it's like
the notes.
That was earlier in the beginning, and it's like a K something switch where it's like this box, right? And then you can have multiple computers running, and then you only need one mouse, keyboard, and screen. But you can switch between what computer you want to run off this thing. And you know what I mean? Instead of having multiple setups. And it was early. It was probably like, 30 minutes in probably to the first one. And I thought, hey, this is cool. I didn't know that. Like that, I'm attracted to that because now I can have like a work computer and a whatever computer. And then you just switch. I think it's called a K switch or like a KVM or a...
And you think it was pretty early, huh?
It was pretty early, man. I mean, it might be worth just Googling.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I took all these notes here, but I'd have to go through some of them to find that specific. That'd be cool. I wonder if I could search in here. That'd be even cooler.
Oh, that's within like the YouTube video.
Yeah, here we go.
That would actually be really cool, though. Oh,
you think it's a K? Oh my God, I can. This is super dope.
You should be able to if you made them on your phone, but
But I wrote them with the pen,
which is a fucking,
with the Apple Pencil.
That's cool. It's not fucking wrapper.
K switch, baby. Let's just type switch.
Yeah, K switch HDMI 2 port. So essentially, it's like $30 on it. Oh, KVM switches. I was right on the second guess, but
nice.
Essentially it's these little boxes.
I do remember this part, but for some reason it's not written down.
It's this bigger one. That one's a few $100, but you can run essentially, it says triple monitor display port. So you can run multiple computers.
Or monitors. Is it monitors or computers, that one?
Well, the thing I just showed you might be computer, but monitor. But what I learned on the video was computer. So they had like 3 towers, and then he's like, "Look, computer 1, computer 2, computer 3," and I was like, "That's awesome."
Because they were towers, and you had separate monitors or separate keyboards and separate.
No, you didn't.
Mouse. I mean one keyboard, one mouse, but they were
one
not
monitor,
like a laptop or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, and you could have one monitor, but then you could control 3 towers.
Oh, that was great, man.
Dude, that is a really, really
so cool things like that, and that's sounds probably pretty basic, but and then getting into SD cards and stuff, I was like, let me pay attention to this stuff. Yeah,
you know, like the speeds, what it means, speeds, what everything stands for. It's like learning another language.
Oh, the LCD screens I learned a lot about, the liquid crystal displays, and if they have tubes or not. And like I was like, oh, okay, I'm never buying that shit.
Well, exactly. And like the difference between that and an LED, and how and like the refresh rates and stuff like that. Like there's a ton of information that you could use, even if you're just looking to buy, like you said, to buy a TV.
Just to buy something. I was like, oh, dude, I'm never going to get schooled again.
Yeah, you could use this information for so much. So I wanted to go basics, and I wanted to go through all of these different things. It's called the Comp TIA A+ certification. That's what me and Joel are doing right now. Yep. If you go to, I think you could just go to the CompTIA website, and they'll give you a whole breakdown of all the cool shit that you can do with them. And you can actually pay for these certifications and stuff. I'm going to try to get them legit through my work and see if they'll pay for me. But if not, they cost some hefty cash, which sucks. But they're also good for getting jobs and putting on your resume. And a lot of these places, if you want to get into IT, require this shit. And I think companies like this know that. That's why they charge like $500 for certs.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy said start at CompTIA A+, then go to CompTIA Network Plus. And then he was saying to go to CompTIA Security Plus, and then go to Cloud Plus and Linux Plus, and then pretty much stop there. And then, hang on, I wrote it down. Let me go back here again really fast.
So TIA Network Cloud.
Let me go back to it, and I'll tell you exactly what it was because I wrote this down too.
And when you're done, I'm going to show.
So it's CompTIA A+, CompTIA Network Plus, CompTIA Security Plus, CompTIA Linux Plus. And then he said you can decide at that point if you want to get something called the CCNA certification, which is Cisco Systems certification. So you can get certified on Cisco Systems, which is like servers and, you know, that type of shit for like big time corporations if you wanted to run server rooms and do massive IT stuff and engineering there.
And let me jump on top of that because...
Yeah, get in here.
Because... like to that point, and if you want to level up, and let's say I've been in sales for a long time.
Yes,
sales recruiting, right? And the point here that I like is I look at a lot of these jobs, and I did telecom and stuff like that. Some of these ASM roles, right? These are like assistant, sales, whatever you want to call it, roles, or in these sales engineer roles. Pay shit tons, right? Especially the sales engineer roles, but you can't get into that without a background. Now you can get an ASM role, which is kind of like the sales engineer's bitch, right? But you have this, and you can switch careers, especially if you have a decade of sales and you're a good talker.
Yes.
Now that's what I'm thinking. I like this. I like this because now I can put that in my LinkedIn and say, hey, I have a software sales background already.
Well, dude, people search for this shit.
They search for that stuff now.
Yeah. They'll search for who's got Comp TIA.
I mean, I'm a recruiter. I search for these things all day long.
Yeah,
I know. Dude, that's what I've been recruiting for 10 years. I know.
So like, know how this shit
keyword
works.
Search your shit. Also, when you upload your resumes, upload them, and tech is a little bit different these days, but upload them in a Word doc always because it's better scraped. A lot of people use out of date. A lot of our companies, even the ones I've been at, large companies they don't invest in tech because they like to save money there. They like to put their money on us and think we're going to do it all, but all it does is slow us down. Upload it in a Word doc all the time. I know because it'll be able to be scraped a lot easier.
Upload it in blockchain. Fuck Word doc in blockchain.
Well, whatever that. I was like, I don't even know how to do that. Point is, people upload them in PDFs, and some of these old programs can't even scrape a PDF out. So it doesn't matter what kind of keywords you're putting in there.
Here's my resume in Visual Basic.
I got to show you this.
Here's my resume on my Commodore 64.
Well, truthfully, what people do these days is they make a website, like a landing page website of their thing. You
want to be really pimp? You take your resume and put it like on a freaking jump drive and just give them the jump drive.
Amen. So could you see this, Brasky?
Oh, let's do number 2 together.
Oh, really? All right. So tell them about this, Bob. Tell them what they won.
Tell them what we're looking at here.
Oh, I got to hit the head. Can you manage the screen while I go? Remote control.
Just leave it right here, and I'll explain it while you go.
I'm going to give the mouse. I just gave you the mouse.
Oh, yes. click the start. What? Am I controlling? Yes, I control now. Okay, so this is called hackthisite.org. I think everybody should go to hackthisite.org and sign up for an account. Well, Joel's going to try to log in here. Oh, maybe I can log in for him. Look at this. This guy, he hasn't learned anything. He hasn't learned anything. That's the last time we let you drive. Let's see. Oh, here. Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay. So this is called hackthisite.org. And what you're going to do here is you are going to hack this site. I want you to start with the basic missions underneath challenges over here. As you can see, that's where we clicked.
Oh, I was stuck here for a minute.
And no worries, no one can see you or hear you. You are fine. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start hacking. And everybody thinks that, to hack, you need to know a bunch of math. You need to know how to computer code and type really fast. And, you see it on the TV and you're like, you see these guys breaking into server rooms and putting jump drives in shit, or you doing some stuff, or like click on this email and phishing scams. You hear about that shit all the time. That's not what hacking is. Okay. Hacking is a mindset. It's a way of thinking. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice that right now.
Okay.
So my buddy Joel here has already figured out level 1. This is called level 1, the idiot test. You need to know some computer stuff in order to get this thing going, right?
Yeah.
So what you're going to do here is you're going to come to this, you're going to do this first challenge, and I'm not going to give the first challenge away, but I'm going to help my buddy with the second challenge right now. You can figure this one out. It's not that tough. It says right here, if you have no idea what to do, you should learn HTML. You should learn HTML, or you should at least know how to access every single web page's HTML, because you can. You should also learn some basic shit about HTML, because it is pretty much how the internet works. So learn it. At least learn a little bit about it. You could just YouTube it and shit.
I won't give it away, but I'll tell you what. I was stuck here for 15 minutes.
For sure.
Because first I was like, I'm going to guess, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff.
The password. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started digging, and I got into that HTML thing, and I'll leave it at that. But I got through in 15 minutes, and I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, bro.
I know enough.
Dangerous.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's do number 2 together.
Okay.
So if you want to take control back, go for it.
Okay.
Can I do that, or do you do that?
I don't know where remote control.
I don't mess with this thing, son.
Stop.
Remote control.
Okay. So too basic. A slightly more challenge.
Yes.
Oh, this is.
Read this one out loud for everybody now.
Network. Can they see me? Oh, probably not. Network security.
Yeah, we can see you. Well, I don't know. There's another little screen here
to.
that I can at least see you on.
Network security Sam set up a password protection script. He made it load the real password from an unencrypted text file and compare it. Yeah, an unencrypted text file and compare it to the password the username enters. Mm-hmm. However, he neglected to upload the password file. I'm going to say that one more time. Network security Sam set up a password protection script. He made it load the real password from an unencrypted text file and compare it to the password the user enters. However, he neglected to upload the password file.
Okay, so everything we need to solve this number 2 is in the description here.
Okay, so he set up a password protection script. That means the password's protected. He made it load the real password from an unencrypted text. That means there's an unencrypted text file somewhere, and compare it to the password that I'm about to enter. However, he neglected to upload the password file, which means that even though it's going to compare it to the text file, he forgot to upload it. So there's nothing to compare it to, is what I'm guessing.
Yep, you're on the right track.
So I'm supposed to guess the password? Or I'm supposed to know it?
Well, so let's talk again now about the hacking thing that I was just saying before you jump back in. So hacking isn't about code. It's not about math. It's about a way of thinking. Okay. So like you said, if he neglected to upload that password file, and that password file is what checks and validates whatever the user enters.
Mm-hmm. It should take anything I put in.
We'll try it.
Or I'll try nothing. Boom.
Boom.
Look at that.
Done deal.
I love
one.
It.
Did you need to know shit tons of math and coding to figure that one out?
No, it's kind of common sense.
Yes.
It's
just a way of thinking.
It's a way of thinking. It's a way of saying, hold on a minute. That was really cool. I like that.
Right?
Yeah, that was fun. And we can leave it at that because
two.
we could keep going. But
well, here, just read number 3 really quick.
And this time, we'll, Network Security Sam, jackass, he remembered to upload the password file, but there were deeper problems than that.
This one's a little tougher.
He's fired. So
would really want to fire him by the time you get to where I'm at.
So he this time he remembered to upload the password file, okay, but there were deeper problems than that. So I'm guessing he probably did it incorrectly. I'm going to hit it again. It says no. That's okay. I had to test what I tried before. Man.
Trial and error is one of the that's like what they call, that's the old brute force is trial and error.
I don't but there were deeper problems than that. So that's reading into it. Now here I would probably go to do something similar to what I did on number one, but I don't want to give it away.
Exactly.
So we can end it. Yeah. But this is the site, hackthisSite.org, and you have to I had to go over here and register. Or just because then it will bring you back to where you're at and everything, and it's free. I think they do ask you to maybe try to keep this site costs $300 a month to operate or whatever.
You don't have to. Eventually, you can help them out. But and hey, did you see what they accept? Go back to it. Really
did it say Bitcoin?
No,
all right,
it's even better.
No, let's see.
Go back to it and show everybody for a second.
Okay.
What was the other thing that they accepted?
Basic attention token. Dude,
I just noticed that.
That is intense. We were just talking about that, the BAT.
I just noticed it before.
Wow, basic attention. If you use the Brave browser, which you should, and I don't, but I'm going to
download it right now.
I'm going to do this right now.
I use it on my phone. I'm not even joking. Look, I'm going to just show so everybody. Look at.
Probably have Intel because I have an old Mac. What's that? I noticed that the other day. Why does that show that? What is that? Oh, that's just a background thing you got.
Yeah, that's my corporate logo. Quantum Alchemy. I'm going to set up the T-shirts in the store after this.
I love it.
Yeah.
These shows are getting so much, but I was just in the bathroom thinking, man, I love this. I love doing these shows. And you know what? There's a ton of value here. So hopefully you guys,
are you kidding me? We've already dropped so much shit on this show. It's insane.
Yeah, this is cool. Get on that BAT shit because you're noticing, boom, it's right there.
Dude,
and even if you don't understand it, I think this is a
great way to learn. It's a fantastic way to learn. But Brave
Browser, I
have
to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brave browser, go ahead.
Spit.
No, I was just going to say that BAT, paying for people's attention. Gary V, who I don't listen to as much anymore, but I still think is super relevant.
I love Gary
V. He always talks. It's all about attention. It's all about attention. Find out where the attention is going and get in front. And so they're paying for attention. And I mean, advertisers have been paying attention, for attention for years.
Yeah.
But why not pay directly to the consumer for his attention instead of trying to trick them?
Exactly.
Just pay him for it.
Straight up front with them. And honestly, dude, that's the whole thing about, again, to circle back to the hacking thing, to circle back to the computers, to circle back to crypto, to circle back to your BAT, to circle back to everything we talk about on this show is for that, exactly that. So you don't have to be manipulated. You don't have to deal with the bullshit. You don't have to, have your privacy hacked. You don't have to have your money stolen. You don't have to, all of these, you don't have to have your health go to shit. You don't have to have your, all of the things we talk about on here is pretty much life hacks, is pretty much how to just think about life in a different way. And that's all hacking is. That's it. It's advanced problem solving.
There you go. It's advanced problem solving, but also on one end, it's advanced problem solving, but it's also niche problem solving because it's for who you are, for the way you work. Yes, well, we all bodies and we have our mechanisms, but at the core, lizard brain, fine. But and that's why I'm my thing that I took on a while ago.
Fast life.
So it's I am listening to right now is Dave Asprey.
I know him. Isn't he the bulletproof guy?
He's the bulletproof coffee guy, right? I dabbled in that a few years ago.
I did as well. I got the little blender and everything, bro.
Yeah, I'm blending butter into my coffee and all that stuff.
Coconut MCT oil.
MCT 8, whatever, 8 MCT and all this. And so I did that a while back, but I realized I wasn't doing it right because I was doing that, but I still wasn't eating properly.
Right.
And then I was just blending coffee and then eating breakfast and Now I was just eating. Now I'm just putting
blending coffee and eating fucking donuts.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro. So this last 2 weeks, I've been doing like messing with the fasting.
Oh yeah. You
And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know, and I know you had said you're into it, and I know my brother-in-law has a ton of weight to lose. You've been talking to this gentleman, ton of weight to lose, and he's trying keto or something like that. And I said, hey man, I bounced him the app. I'm like, check out this fasting thing, because your diet doesn't have to change as much.
No, not really.
But when you do eat after that fast, after 13 hours, I would recommend starting with like a 3-day a week, 13 hours, because that means you go to bed at 10 p.m. Don't eat anything past 10 p.m. Then you can eat at lunchtime. Or actually, if you shut it down at 8:30 p.m., then you can eat at 9:30. That's a good time. But in the morning, you can have black coffee, or you can do bulletproof coffee. Don't put any shit. Yeah. You can just do water if you want, but you can have some black coffee, which is great. Some people will say that breaks the fast, but it depends on what you're into it for. So,
and you can see how it works for you.
You see how it works for you. But the 16-hour is a little bit long to start with.
It's extreme.
But I like if you did 3 days, like on the fasting, or what's it called? It's called Zero. The Zero app, which you can't see here.
Yep.
Google that, and you can choose which one you want. And they'll say, hey, if you're brand new, just this week, do 3 times 13 hours, which actually is not that bad. First day might suck, but your energy, and here's my point, your energy is going to be great, right? And when you get to that 9:30 or whatever, the first time you might eat crap, but pretty soon you're not going to want to eat crap because you feel so good. And if you eat a whole thing, you're going to notice you get tired. But if you eat like some hard-boiled eggs, maybe some bacon, your energy level still stays here.
Yep.
And you're clear, and you can go. But if you knock down a whole burrito,
and you're not hungry.
And you're not hungry.
Right.
So it'll change what you eat because you feel great. That's the cool part. Instead of being like, okay, tonight I had a double cheeseburger with my son, but we were having
every Wednesday I have a plain double cheeseburger from Portillo's with Dakota.
Oh, Portillo's. So anyway, we were talking about hacking. I'm back into this fasting. So you said
that's a hack and a half.
Years. Like, what's your take on that? I mean, not take on how do you,
genius,
or just.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It just fits into your life.
It goes back to the old adage, like breakfast is the most important meal of the day. No, it's not. That's bullshit. That was from some company that made cereal, bro.
That's really true.
It is. So
think of the word first of all.
Yeah, exactly. Break fast.
Break fast. Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
That should tell you everything you know. That you should delay that break fast as long as possible.
As long as possible.
And exactly. So if you stop eating at 5:30 at night, like old nuclear family 1950s, you eat dinner at 5,
which would be great if you could.
Right. You know how that whole thing, nuclear family
supper.
Yeah, exactly. You eat lunch at noon, you eat dinner at 5, you eat breakfast at 7 or 8 or whatever. There was like these really rigid time frames, and everything was like predicated off of that, and all of that shit was just really, really wrong. I mean, it was
factory work,
even the
hour shift work
pyramid was way off, everything. So I mean, like, there's so many mistakes that have been made with nutrition, so many mistakes that have been made with the health of human beings, and how it's been managed or stepped on by the government, schools, by your parents, by your friends,
stepped on. That's true.
Corporations, everybody. I don't know. It's just one of those deals where you have to use fasting to your advantage, because if you do, like you said, you'll get more energy, you'll lose weight. And here's the craziest part that people don't understand, right? So if you fast after about a month or 2 of fasting, and if you're really true to what we're saying, because a lot of people will be like, I've fasted 16 hours. But if you were to videotape them, they're eating some chips, they're having, like a Coke, they're drink, they maybe they have a piece of candy or something. That doesn't work. Okay, like, you just fucked it all up. That's the problem. If you're really honest for like 2 months and you do this fasting thing honestly, like truthfully, really good, what ends up happening is, this is the craziest shit. So let's say you never lift weights. Let's say you don't go work out. Let's say you don't do anything strength to build muscles. Fasting will actually increase your lean muscle mass without you fucking touching a weight. Like, you'll get muscles and actually more muscular, like you're working out, just from fasting.
That's amazing.
Look that shit up. You'll get an increase in lean muscle mass.
I'm telling, I agree. And if you listen to that audiobook, the audiobook by Dave, the one I'm listening to right now is called "The Fast This Way." I'm going to show it to you.
This way.
Yeah, this is what the cover looks like. Dave Asprey.
Love him.
By the halfway of the first chapter, you will be like, "Fuck it, I'm in."
Yeah.
And my buddy at work, he does this all the time. In fact, he's a very religious guy. My buddy from Ghana. Oh, we're going to Ghana, baby. I'm telling you.
Jungle gold.
He can't quit telling me. He's like, "Joel, trust me." He showed me pictures of the house he's building, but we'll talk about that later. We will be mining our own gold, Tony. We will be. Trust me.
It is one of my dreams, though.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm going in November. He's going in November, and I'm going with him, with his wife. Plus, he said, "Bring your wife." He goes, "It will change your wife's life."
Well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Just to go explore, take the wife, see what's up,
see what's going on.
Call me on the sat phone.
He
from
just
the
built.
Chopper, from the yacht.
He's building a house right now. It's 4,000 square feet. He's building it for $5,000. Dude. He goes, "Look, we're talking about opening up an outsourced call center for recruiting there, because he's like, these people will work their ass off." He goes, "If you pay them $5,000 a year, they will work harder than you've ever, and they're highly educated people." So
here's something crazy, just based on your point. Let me jump in.
Yeah.
So I went right after we were talking earlier today. I went to Chase Bank to open up a business account for my crypto mining thing, right? Just to get some funding rolling, legit through the business, through the LLC.
Yeah,
I got all that set up, but I'm sitting there bullshitting with the dude while they're running all the paperwork and getting everything set up. And the guy's like, "So, do you do any international business?" And I'm like, "No, not right now. But, I'm always looking to, for opportunities. So you never know what'll happen." He's like, "You know what I hear? I hear that Africa's really hot right now." And I'm like, "What?"
Telling you, man.
He's like, "Africa's really hot right now." And I'm like, "Holy shit, dude. I literally just got off the phone with my buddy 5 minutes ago, and he was saying," I'm like, look. So I pull up the text message. He wants to fucking go to Ghana. I'm like, my buddy literally wants to go set up shop in Ghana. And this guy's like, "Your friend is smart." He real quiet and shit, so no one else can hear him in the place. And I'm just like, huh.
Freddie came into my life for a very, very important reason. I'm supposed to meet Freddie, and we are like kindred spirits. You're gonna love this guy. But he, that's the whole Ghana side of it. But he, said, and to the fasting point, because I told him I was doing this, and it's part of his life too. He's very spiritual.
That's why it was in that. That's where it came from.
That's where it came from. And what he said was, just ask somebody off the street to go 4 hours without ingesting something. Just go 4 hours. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Don't drink this. Don't drink that. Just 4 hours. Because we're always picking, we're always grabbing. You know what I mean? And so if you're not sure, then just go 4 hours and see what's up. Don't drink Diet Mountain Dew.
At any time during the day. Like if you want to do it from 8 a.m. to noon, great.
Yeah.
You want to do it from 4 to 8 at night, great. Try it whenever, as long as you're not sleeping. Don't be like, "Well, I'm going to do it at midnight."
Yeah, I did it 8 hours, bitch.
I nailed 9.5.
But talk about really the thing that I like that I've heard, and it is the muscle thing. The muscle thing's true. You will lose weight, but the autophagy that comes through it, and what that does is it's when you're essentially cleaning out dead cells out of your body, right? So by the time you get to like 12 hours, it is cleaning your blood. It is taking the shit out of your blood and just and getting it out of there, and starts cleaning dead cells and like rejuvenating your blood in your body. So when you start hearing shit like that, the inflammation, we are all inflamed. Like I know if I eat pizza to this day, if I eat pizza now, I wake up in the morning and my hands are stiff.
Dude, sugar.
I'm like,
there's
from all
inflammatory responsive foods like that
kills
you can for sure. And you know what's so crazy about what you were just saying with fasting too, is that when you have that fasting thing down for, like you said, like I don't know, like 16 hours eventually. You know?
That's a big deal.
What you have to like picture in your head is this: like, imagine you're throwing a party, okay? And while you're throwing the party, no one cleans during the party, right? You just kind of let it go. And then after the party's over, you clean everything up and it looks like a house again, and you can live in it and you can operate and you can function in the house. But imagine the party never ends. So it's constantly partying. Somebody else brings more beer over. There's cans everywhere. You never got a shot to
people
take
never leave.
out.
Yeah, the people
never leave, and just more people show up. If in fact,
Corcoran comes back over at 4 a.m. Like,
dude,
fuck,
brings
Joey.
a keg, brings some blow.
Joey.
You know, there's this fucking drug showing up. There's chicks showing up. There's fucking all kinds of shit. The pizza guy shows up. You know, everybody's showing.
He comes back.
Shows up. Yeah, you know, everybody's there. The house is going crazy, and you're like, dude, when's this fucking party gonna end? And it doesn't. And it just keeps going. And when it slows down a little bit, you're like, all right, it's going to end.
All right.
And ding dong, breakfast.
Beer breakfast. Yeah, breakfast starts.
Yeah, boom. And it just keeps going. You're like, what
shit,
the fuck?
Man.
So eventually, you're just going to stop. And you're just going to be like, fuck it. The house is going to start deteriorating. You're going to start having leaks. You know, the shades and
furniture's all breaking.
Yeah, everything's just destroyed. It looks like a piece of shit house. And it just keeps going and keeps going. Essentially, that's what everybody's doing to their bodies. It's a nonstop fucking party, and you're not giving your body any time off to do exactly what you just said, to clean, to fix, to prepare, to rearrange, you know, everything that it needs to do. You're never giving it the time.
I like that.
Do that. Imagine your boss was like, you know, here, we're going to start you on a new hourly program. I know you're used to working about 8 hours a day. But we're going to beef that up to 16 hours a day. Okay. So we're going to double you're going to be 16 hours. And you'll be like, whoa. There's only 24 hours in a day. And I sleep 8 of them. What the fuck? You know, I'm going to work 16. You're going to work 16 hours or you're going to die.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? You know, like,
oh my gosh.
Die. And yeah. I mean, you don't have a choice. You'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
That's essentially how you're treating your body.
No, that's a great analogy, dude. And that's what I'm hearing in this book then is how really the onset of, you know, the diabetes part of it. Like if you don't have it since birth, you're getting this type 2 because it can't catch up with all the shit and the sugar that you're putting in there. It never can clean it out enough. So it keeps building up. So you have to give yourself a break. In fact, if I would have done this years ago, probably would have saved my colon. If I would have known and tried,
hindsight's 20/20,
maybe not though. Yeah. I mean, maybe not. Right? I know there's a lot of cancer stuff in my family, so who knows? But
anyway, I heard something about that too. That's a little weird. Like I heard something. I don't remember where. I'd have to look into it a little bit more. But I heard that the whole "this is in my family, that's why I got it." You know, like the genealogy thing. Mm-hmm. I heard that that's kind of bullshit.
I've heard it's a little off too, but you know, there is a whole,
you know, no, it just made me go down a rabbit hole.
100%. The thing that, you know, that jumps out at me though, when you say that is that, BRCA1, there's like a BRCA1 thing that's like for breast cancer marker and stuff like this. So like the chances if you have this marker that you're, so I mean, I think there's something there, but I agree. It doesn't mean causation, you know, you know that.
And I think that like, to your point again, based on how you treat your vessel and treat your body and how your environment too, like no joke, your environment, will turn on and off certain genes. So like you pretty much have the ability to have everything. I'm not saying that your eye color is going to fucking change.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So people are like, this guy's an idiot. There's no way my fucking eye color can change. You know, it's all tied to genes. And I got that from my parents. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like you said, like your susceptibility to cancer, your susceptibility to heart disease, your susceptibility to any fucking disease, your susceptibility to, you know, like you said, diabetes, panic attacks, drug addiction, all of these things that you could tie into the, you know, genetic code. They're just literally light switches. It's like this one or this one, this one or this one, this one or this one.
Dude, it's really true.
So imagine, like you said, some stress factor happens to you that, you know, obviously you didn't see coming. And it's essentially like somebody running in your elevator and just fucking hitting buttons and then running out. You're like, what? So now you have to stop at all these fucking floors, you know? And you're like, oh shit, what's this one going to be? Please don't be cancer. Please don't be cancer.
Oh my gosh, right?
You know? And it's like, ding, fucking cancer. You know, And it's just one of those deals where you don't want the dude running into your elevator hitting fucking floors, dude.
There's shit that we don't know. Like the stuff they're talking about is how they saw a huge improvement from fasting in like schizophrenia, like mental health patients, and just how taking them off and getting them out of that would flip some switches, would move pull some levers around and shit like that. So it's like, see how it works, and then you'll know different foods.
100%.
But there could be something, there's a great Kenny Chesney line from one of his songs. It says, he goes, my body's a temple, that's what we're taught, but I treated this one like an old honky tonk.
Yeah.
That's so good, dude.
What's so funny is I think that's kind of like
an old honky.
That's a great point, because I think that the identity that people take on, like the persona that people take on, is how they end up treating their body.
Oh,
you know what
I'm saying? Yeah, I did. I identified as a drinker. I was like, oh, I'm a Scot. Give me the tequila. I love tequilas, and I did. I love all different kinds, or the people that are like, I'm a meat and give me the fat. I used to eat rare. I used to order steaks rare when I lived in Nashville, because I was like, I was a rare. Give me the rare, and I would eat it filet rare, and because I also love the biting into a rare. Bloody rare steak. Yeah. It's just like it's almost like a sushi. But then I looking back, I'm like, fuck, that was so bad for me.
But you take on this persona, and
it was a persona thing,
and you do that thing.
It's weird.
If you pretend like you're a mobster, all of a sudden you're eating a shit ton of Italian.
Dude, that's right. And then you have to disassociate from like this identity, which is even harder to
way fucking harder. Then people are like, well, I've known you for 20 years and you're not this guy. And then you might be thinking, well, for the past 20 years, I wasn't myself.
It's exactly right, dude. Yeah. I wasn't myself. I was talking about this on No Booze 30 podcast the other day. They said, what do you think the best thing about not drinking was? And I said, I got myself back. I figured out who I am. Because I wasn't myself for so long. I was just this different person.
Exactly.
I didn't even know my friends, who I thought were my friends, because I never sat to talk to them. I was always out. We would go to a bar. I would go with you, and I would be like, boom, I would go over there and start mingling. We wouldn't even hang. No. So as much as I thought we were hanging, if anything, we were never hanging.
It was just like our table or where we would hang out would be the base.
That was the base.
Yeah, and you would go to the bar. You'd go, like you said, to the jukebox.
Find some chicks. Go to the jukebox.
Go. You hit the bathroom. Some dude you meet in the bathroom wants to bring you back to his table.
Yeah.
So you talk.
Go
to
out
that
back,
guy.
smoke a J, whatever.
Yeah. And I run into you. Hey man, how you doing? You need a drink?
Yeah.
I buy you a drink really quick, and that's it.
That's it. Not how's life, how's work. How you feeling? What's going on? None of that shit.
No. And then we would leave the bar high-fiving, go back to, some other, after party. Like that. And all we would say to you, it was fucking awesome.
Pass out. Awesome. Completely pass out. Yeah. Fucking great time last night. Yeah.
Dude, we got to do it again.
We got to do it again. And maybe it was, and there is something there. I love you. And there's something to the social connection, right? And that's what, even in this, and I want to leave it on that because I know we're at an hour and you got probably shit to do, but the social connection, what he's saying is, if you're in a fast, and like today, I went to lunch with some buddies, and I had a little bit more. I had a half hour before my fast was over. I still got lunch with my friends because there is a social bonding thing. Not that I felt pressured, but because I wanted to break bread with my friends. I didn't have bread, man. But there is he says, don't put that, don't mess with something like that. So like, if you want to go to a party, you don't have to eat calamari, you don't have to eat this, but like there's still this thing about this connection that we all have. And I think that's why I always try to get people to do things. I realize that I'm always trying to pressure people to do things like, hey man, let's go hike the AT, or let's go. Because I want people to be with, I'm trying to connect with people. And I didn't realize that, but it's like, I want to experience things with people. Cause I went on a rafting trip one time with Jenny and with some strangers.
You telling me something crazy,
and
like we that. Almost died or some shit.
We did, and we saved Jenny and the people. There's a guy that died behind us and a lady that died in front of us on the river, on the river right in front of us.
I need a timeout, like a 20-second timeout, real quick.
And we bonded with those people like you could never bond. It's like having a near-death experience with somebody. How you're like, we're brothers, Brett. We're brothers because of that shit, right?
That's what military.
Like,
that's how you hear, like, you hear those stories about like military shit, like hunters. Like like fishing is like that, dude. It's like a fucking
really?
brotherhood. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're trapped on a boat in the middle of an ocean essentially with this other dude for like 10, 12 hours. I mean, like,
dude.
you want to talk about having nothing but like time to talk or like
I
figure
can't
out.
wait to go fishing with you.
Bro.
I can't wait for you to teach me. And I'm like, I know a lot, but like, I don't know shit.
It's one of those deals for sure. And fishing's one of those games as well
so much.
where you can't ever know it all either. You know, it's like it's impossible to know it all. You have to kind of, like you said, pick your poison and get really good at it.
But I'm telling you, like, you and I could have the same jig, same color, same boat. You'll catch fish. I will not catch fish.
I've had it happen to me.
And we will sit right next to each other. And I'm going, I've been with guys like that, and I'm going, and they're like, he's just a good fisherman. I'm like, what the fuck? We're doing the same thing. No, he just.
But you're really not. That's like the craziest.
Yeah, it's so
part.
crazy.
That's what I've learned. I've learned it's like one of those things where you're really not. And if your jig is this high off the ground and mine's on the ground, I'm gonna get destroyed, and you're not gonna get a hit all day. And it could be an inch, literally a fucking.
That's
inch,
so crazy,
you
man.
know? If you're dragging it a little faster than mine, I'm gonna get destroyed, and you're not. If I'm hopping it twice and you're only hopping it once, you could get destroyed and I might not get a bite. It's like that, dude.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. It could be like you're starting to reel before the jig gets all the way down to the ground. Yeah. You're not letting it sit on slack line for 20 seconds. You're only letting it sit there for 10, and I'm letting it sit for 20. But you know, you just haven't picked up on that time yet. Oh, he's letting it sit for way longer. Like, that's what I had to do. Was I fished with these incredible fishermen, and I would literally watch everything they did, the way they held their wrist, the way that they held the rod, how long. I literally counted how long they let it sit there before they touched the handle to fucking start reeling in. Like, I saw where the angle that they held their rod at, you know, I saw how far they casted, or I would ask them, why did you cast over there? Or, you know, like stuff like that. And I would explain to them, I'd be like, I've never fished really before at this level, so I'm asking you this because I need to know. And I don't care if I sound stupid. In a minute, once you let that guard down, they'll tell you everything. You know, they'll give you the whole fucking everything they know. And it's just
people
like,
love
okay,
to teach.
Great, thanks. Yeah. And then you get on the next boat with some other fisherman who's amazing, and you do the same thing. The next thing you know, you've just talked to like 3 of the best fishermen, and they're all really good at one technique, like drop shot, jigs, crankbaits. So now you've just talked to the 3 best dudes you know about each one of those techniques, and they told you everything. Awesome. Now you can go pick one of those 3 or all 3 and go try them out by yourself and get really good at it and learn all the ins and outs of the shit that they were telling you about, and have, you know, enough time to practice and do whatever. But it is that crazy. Like, and I think life is like that too. You could see somebody that's super successful. You could buy the same suit. You could cut your hair the same. You could talk the same. You could walk the same. You could invest in the same shit, but there's just something else, you know, that you're just missing, that you're not seeing, that's causing you to be unsuccessful and this dude to be successful. And that's, again, back to my hacking point again too. It's a way of thinking about things. It's just a mindset and a way of approaching problems. Because literally, let's break this down logically really quick. And like you said, I'm going to bounce. Every single waking second that you spend on this planet, you are doing advanced problem solving. Even walking is massively advanced problem solving. And if you don't believe me, get paralyzed and lose the ability to walk, and you'll agree with me really quick. Opening your eyes, getting out of bed, putting on your clothes, eating, like every single, you might not think it's advanced problem solving, but it is.
Check that out. Check out texting and driving. Well, you have a Tesla now, but texting and driving, or walking and driving and doing something, and like, because you know, you don't. Have you ever done that? You texting and you're driving and you realize you think you haven't even been. You're like, how did I get here? I wasn't even paying attention, but like you were.
Yeah. Or the whole trip.
But like you were. Yeah, like you knew you were looking, but like you didn't realize you were looking, or like, so yeah, you're right, man. That's problem solving. You were like, and I love how we can autopilot shit. I remember when Payne was just born, and they would wake up in the middle of the night. I would go to the rocking chair and I would hold him.
Yep.
Dude, I could tell my body to hold this baby and I could fall asleep.
Yep.
And I could fall asleep because you're so exhausted. And my arms would not let go of that mug, but I could be in a full sleep with my arms locked in because we can just do that shit, right?
There's a ton of things like that you can.
But I love the problem solving thing. I think that is going to. I think that's what the takeaway from the whole hacking thing and what you guys and girls really need to pay attention to is you'll start looking at things differently. And at just now, what you just told me, when we get off the phone, I'm about to cut about 5 things out of my fucking life right now. Seriously, there's 5 things that need to go. And it was frustrating me today because I couldn't get them done. And I just realized, nope, they're gone. Fuck them. They're gone.
Well, go take care of that business.
Yeah.
I'm going to go torture myself on the treadmill. Shit. And then
how many you got? I got 970. Where you at?
We're competing again. So I gotta start playing catch up on your ass. You're 970.
I got everything else done. I got 970 on red.
I got 759. So I still got a little bit of, I got 300 and let's say 340 on the red. Yeah. I've got 12 minutes on the green and my stand is golden already. So 12 minutes on the green is nothing. 340 on the red isn't too bad. I can knock that out pretty easy.
Yeah, you can do that. I got to go get some treats. We're going to be good. Dude, a fucking blessing as always. And the one thing we haven't been doing, and I'm going to make it a point, is getting back into these shows and putting links and stuff down in there because we're getting a lot of valuable shit out here. That
if
me too.
Jump in, let me jump in too.
Yeah, like if you grab a show, if you ever watch a show or when you're on your thing, and let's start putting the links to some of the stuff in here. Like tonight I'm going to be here, so I'll put the Hacker Network site in there. I'll put the CompTIAA Plus.
Brave
I'm going to put all that stuff. Yeah. I'm going to put Brave Browser. I'm going to put the link to the fastest. I'm going to do all this right now because it's not fair that we're not giving you guys. You can look it up, but let's make it easier for you.
And I want everybody else too you put in your own show links and like different things that you found. If you start researching some stuff, put it in the comments for everybody else.
Yeah, put it in the comments, especially if we said something you think is off and you want to challenge it. Throw it in there and say, check this out, broskies.
Man. Yeah, set the record straight. All right, go do your thing, and then let's chat again really soon.
All right, brother.
And I'm gonna go check out basic attention basic
bacon
attention token while I'm on the treadmill. What were you gonna say?
I like that. Next week, we're really going to talk about, or next time, we're really going to talk about, this is the 100X podcast. Let's start trying to get people into 100X.
Yes, let's
we need some more peeps on that.
Nothing about the phone, or nothing about it, Joel.
Don't you
nothing
ever.
Except, that still doesn't sound right. We'll talk about the phone number and the 100X program on the next show and nothing else. Is that
nothing
right?
else.
Yeah, yep. That's kind of what I don't want to talk about anything else
except
the next episode, except for 100X and whatever the phone number is. I don't have it memorized yet, but I should.
I don't have it. Should we say it though?
No, we got to wait. Now we have them on a cliffhanger. They have to tune in next time for the phone number, for the access to the supreme ultimate elite group called 100X.
Yeah.
And it's not what you think. It's not some bullshit where you're going to get like a sign up for this course and we're going to, get you in shape, or we're going to make you $1 million. Yep. We're going to do it all.
We're going to do it all. And it's free.
And it's free. And
if you watch next week.
Yeah, you got to watch though. And honestly, dude, what's going to end up happening is you're going to want to you're just going to want to just have FedEx delivering boxes of money to us because of the fucking value you're going to get out of this thing. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Tune in next week.
Yep. Peace.
All right, bro. Later.